wonderful, wonderful Google partners who make all of this possible. They are the ones who know exactly what you're looking for. They're vested in your success. So if you've got any questions afterwards, this is the team to reach out to. Think about who actually invited you. Absolutely, Felicia. I can put that in the chat right here. I'm going to put that there, making it nice and easy for you guys to just click on it. And there you go. Great, Felicia. See how I listen to that chat box? Because I do keep it, again, very much focused on you getting what you need. All right. Thank you, Felicia. I love that you're asking questions there. Is there any audio? Anybody else not hearing audio? Because I'm getting good audio readings here. And let me type that in. Yep. Okay, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being so fast on that. Hello, Maria. Welcome. All right. So, look, these are our Google partners. Reach out to them and welcome to some of our newest partners: Colorado West Central SBDC, Royce City Chamber of Commerce. I have seen so many: University of Houston, Victoria SBDC, the REI Women's Business Center, the SCORE San Antonio Transition Skills Training. I've seen all the posts you put out there. So I appreciate you making sure that everybody knows audio's fine and leave and come back. Hello, Tresley. That's always the answer, right? I can hear Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, everybody. That's really wonderful. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and go in. If you've not been here before, because I saw some of you put number one. In fact, a lot of you did. So if it's your first time here, just put the number one. My name's Maria Elena Duran. I come from a small business background. In fact, I've been 20 years in small business, growing it from the ground up. I've earned the Texas Governor's Excellence in Small Business Award, and I really understand what it takes with digital marketing. I had a marketing background, but not a really strong digital marketing background when I started work and started business, and now have expanded. We're international, so we're in 4 countries plus the United States. I understand international e-commerce, drayage, fulfillment, everything with customs, duties, VAT. I understand that. And I'm excited to share that with you today because I've been so heavily involved from the very beginning with early WordPress sites all the way now to Shopify sites. I do know what you need for the search engine to have confidence in you and to be able to show you more in search so that people can see you and find you when they need your product, service, or solution. So today we're going to be talking about how you can make your website work for you. Now, if you need anything Google, look at the hyperlink in the middle. That's the blue colored text there that says grow.google/small businesses. Use that to see all the resources you have available there, and feel free, if you want training on anything else, get with a Google partner that invited you. And I would love to be able to have them know that you need that and to come and let me know that they need me to come back, because I'm happy to do that. I don't know what the number 2 is, but I'm guessing it was a mistype or a typo, right? You just went for the number 2 instead of number 1. But if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Use the hashtag Grow with Google. You can also tag me, so you'll see my name at the bottom. The first hashtag at Maria Duran, Duron, is me on Twitter, and then at GetFound.Growth is me on Instagram. If you want to tag me, I'm happy to repost, retweet, or share you in my stories. All right, so let's go ahead and go in. We know that if people have a bad experience, they're not coming back, right? They have plenty of other places that show up in search that they could find that product, service, or solution. So if it takes too long, if they're not having a good experience, if it takes longer than 1.8 seconds to load on a mobile device, then they're going to go ahead and leave. And that's important. Understand those numbers. So if it takes 1.2 to 1.8 seconds, if it's gone as far as 1.8 seconds, you will lose half of your traffic, 53% of your traffic. That's really important because you could be working your butt off trying to get people to come to your website. And if it takes long to load on a mobile, that's not a desktop. In fact, 84% go to mobile first, and they will not go to desktop until later, if they even go. So understand, even when I was working with the Amazon team, that they themselves will build for mobile first, and if they've got extra time, energy, and money, they build for desktop. There are even some sites now that you go to that say it's not available to you here in an actual desktop, but you can get it in mobile. All right, so this is really important for you to understand, is that it needs to be a good user experience. So the people who are coming actually to your actual website, it needs to be a good one, or you're going to lose it. So a lot of times when you see and you hear people talk about web design, you think it's just graphics. color, and fonts. But as you can see that this graphic shows you right in front of you, that's just half of the story. The real story also, and the rest of the story, is the functionality. Is it working the way you need it to? Is it easy for people to get around? Is it convenient for them? Also, it's the layout. Can they find and access information? And then there's the content, and that's known as information architecture, the way you structure your website to provide all of those, that functionality, layout, and content. So your website has to be goal oriented. If you are looking for and trying to reach anybody, everybody, and somebody, you'll get their second cousin, nobody, because it's too wide, and your content, be it your video, your photos, your text, is too generic. You need all the information that you're putting out there to be very targeted to that customer or the audience that gives you the most pleasure and profit, and that they get it. When they see it, they think, oh my gosh, they really understand and they get me. You share the same frame of reference. If it's for anybody, everybody, and somebody, it's so generic. You now become a commodity. There's nothing special or unique about you, and people will shop on price, and you could lose that business if you even have the opportunity to gain it. It also needs to be search friendly, because if the search engine can't find you, well, how's it going to deliver you in search, be it regular search or generative search, which is now the AI powered search? If it is not search friendly, it doesn't feel confident in who you are and your business, you're going to be way lower in the scroll. So when I talk about the scroll, if you're looking at a mobile device, people like to pay attention to that first screen. Those are the people who know what they're doing and they're experts in their business. They really are the authorities. Even though we may have limited budget, we still want to work with people who know what they're doing, right? They really understand their industry and they're up to date with things. So once we start scrolling past that, now we start losing interest. And unless somebody owes you money or you owe them money, they're not looking for you and scrolling past that. Yes, you do have a copy of today's presentation and slide. Let me drop that again one more time. I'll put that here in case you missed it. That is the link where you can get a copy of today's slides as well as the actual handout there. But it's only available during the actual session. So it's 1.8 seconds, Philip. Yes, 1.8 seconds for a e-commerce site. That's an e-commerce site. If you're not in e-commerce business, so let's say you are doing a personal brand, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a content creator, maybe you are really an authority figure in an industry, so you really are a thought leader, then you've got about 1.2 seconds. It needs to load faster. They give a little bit of give if there's a lot of e-commerce because there's photos, there's product, there's video on there. So do keep that in mind. It needs to be convenient. If it's not easy for me to get around and do what you need me to do there, so you're going to hear me say bye, because I come from a strong 15 years in international e-commerce background. But understand, when I say bye, it's a success action. It's a conversion action, which means it's something successful that they're doing on your site that you want them to do. Leave their contact information, their email address, fill out a form, watch a video, download a PDF, or to buy. All right. So is it organized? Understand that 78% of people leave a website because they go to the homepage and they can't find what they're looking for. It's a hot mess. And I see a lot of that happen, especially when people are posting on social, or it's the number one mistake in any ads that you're doing, social ads, search ads. So whatever you're doing is they'll take them to the homepage, and the homepage becomes a hot mess, like a junk drawer that you just throw things and you hope that people are going to find what they are looking for from what you posted. The problem is it may be easy for you to find, but for them, this is new. And this is not a great experience for them because you are not building trust when you don't take them where you told them you're going to take them. And now they have to search through that. So that's the number one reason people leave websites, is because they're not organized. And then trustworthy. If it doesn't feel like it's trustworthy, it feels like, man, you're fishing for information, or maybe my contact information, or it could be my financial, then I'm not going to stay there very long. So let's take that deeper dive here of the goal orientation. What is the goal of your website? Use the chat box right now to let me know what's the goal. Because understand, if all of these are the goal, wow, you have a really long row to hoe, because now you're going to have to try to stand out. And that's going to be really tough to do if you don't know exactly who your best customer is. Understand that it's on us and it's on each of you as owners and marketers of your business to become experts in your customers and know exactly what they need and exactly what you can provide them. All right. So I see here, make sales, build the brand, provide support. And you see how that's different for each? Build a brand, generate leads, get appointments. I see that. Wonderful, everybody. Oh, I've got some more here. Market your business. Okay, great. Market your business, make and engage customers, make sales, generate leads, establish credibility. So you see the difference if you're trying to re-engage somebody who bought from you and you're trying to give them support, the language on your website is going to be a whole lot different. But if you are getting new customers, so if you're not even known, so you don't even have brand awareness, you're at the top of your funnel, which is awareness, right? They need to know that you exist in order to do business with you. If you're at that, your language is going to be a whole lot different than, let's say, you've got 80% of your website visitors are returning customers who need support, who need a place to be able to go to with their questions after they purchase. The kind of content you'll have in there is a whole lot different, right? You're not going to tell a brand new customer, all right, here's the nut and here's, or a brand new visitor, here's the nut and here's the screw to go in it, because they're not going to even know what you're talking about. But for somebody who just bought what you had, they would do that. Um, Donna, I don't know. So your website's for the IRS? That's interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. I'd love to know. So I do see show photos of projects completed, promotion, HR recruiting, sell and educate. So yeah, if you're making an employer brand and the authority and the professionalism there may be different than if you're selling, really dope drip. So you've got great jewelry that you're putting out there that's really for Gen Z. All right. So it's a little bit different, right? How you're going to do this. So it's really important and on us to be experts in our customer. We need to know and understand our audience and be able to define them. How do they act? How do they think? Where are they? It doesn't mean that we cannot serve everybody, but anybody else over and above our target audience or target audiences, because we might have a couple of target audiences, but anybody over and above is gravy. But if we miss our target audience, then we miss the meat and potatoes of our business. And we don't want to miss those who actually are our best customer. So you really have to think about it and understand I have sat across from thousands of small businesses over all this time, and I've been a Google trainer for 7 years. I've heard people tell me, but Maria, my business is really unique and my location is unique and I can actually serve anybody, everybody, and somebody. I've heard all of that, and those are usually the businesses that run out of cash flow sometime within the first 2 or 3 years. The majority of that happens, and that's what I don't want. Coming from small business and understanding that cash flow is king and the important sacrifice that your family and you have made to make this happen, we need to work smarter, not harder, and really focusing and getting that best customer. So if you're not sure who that best customer is, ask your 10 best customers. Find out what's common about them. Remember, it's up to us to do that heavy lifting and understanding who they are, the words they use, what their pain points are, what their pitfalls are, what their actual decision journey looks like. That's all on us for us to know. And if you use AI like ChatGPT or Google Bard, you can actually put in your actual website address or share information, copy and paste if you have the non-paid version of ChatGPT. You can use Bing GPT for that as well, where ChatGPT is actually behind there. So you can go out and go to your website and ask it to be an excellent marketing director for you and to ask the questions that you need to answer so it can understand who your best customer is. It'll look at your website, put your competitors' websites in there, and it can help you create the persona of that best customer, even 2 or 3 of them. That will help you be more focused and more unique because everybody's general. That's the common thing that happens, right? All right, so as we go here, we also have to have SMART goals. We need to be SMART, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. You need to SMART test every single one of your goals. If they don't pass all 5 areas, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, if they don't pass all 5, then you could miss your goals by just a few degrees because you haven't answered all of these, which is important. Look at the 3 statements at the bottom there of that slide and see if they are SMART. Are they? take a look at that. And I'm going to look at some of these questions. How to target when it's a mobile service without a business address. Oh, you can definitely do that. I mean, you can go into Google Business Profile, you can target the service area. You don't ever have to publish your address. You can suppress that. It's question number 4 as you sign up for your Google Business Profile, which is 100% free, and how you control your information on Google Search and Maps. So you can absolutely do that. Peregrine, we actually have a whole session on that. So if you want me to do a session on that, just get with a Google partner who actually invited you, and then I can come back to do that. I'll do a complete walkthrough so you can get that all set up, right? All right, let's go ahead. Do I have any other questions here? So yes, look at the first statement there. Increase unique website visits by 20% over the next 2 months. Is it specific? Yes, increase unique website visits by 20%. So we know what we're going to increase. Is it measurable? Well, yeah, you should know what your website visits are right now, especially if you're using free Google Analytics to be able to tell you. You can connect that to your website. It will let you know so you can measure that. Is it attainable? Well, only you know that. I don't know if your growth has been in the negative and now you're expecting a 20% growth and it's always been backsliding. So I don't know that, but you need to know your numbers. We really, as small businesses, we need to know our numbers because the numbers just don't lie. And then we can see whether or not it's relevant. Well, yes, if you are doing business and your website has a goal of capturing leads or branding you or even selling things for you or really getting in and getting contact information, setting appointments, then yes, it's relevant for you to get more visits because that shows more interest and it's a chance for people to see a little bit more about you. Is it time bound? Yes, in the next 2 months. This is really important because I'll see a lot of people who will say, Maria, I want to put this, I want to grow my follower count. And I'm a big fan of socials. I'm on all the socials, so I love them. But understand, if you can't smart test what you're doing on socials, then why are you doing it? Because a lot of times we measure those vanity metrics, which are impressions and followers. But if you know for every 10 likes that you get, 5 of them will go to your website, and of the 5, 3 of them will leave their email address, and that's what you get from that is a way to contact them outside of the social platform, and you can drip your marketing, your email marketing on them, then by all means, now that is smart tested. That makes sense, but you need to know that. So how will you measure it? Will it be sales? Is it going to be form submissions? You're very welcome. You're welcome, Peregrine. And then monitoring phone calls. Is it engagement? So again, SMART test, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Now, when we look at Google Analytics and look at the very bottom left-hand corner, it's g.co/analytics. That is a free tool that you connect to your website. And what that does is it explains to you and shows you how people are actually consuming information on your site. And this is very important because this is how you become an expert in your customer. Imagine if, let's say, you had an actual storefront and all morning long people went into aisle 1 and aisle 3 and they left. 1, 3 left and they didn't buy. They were just a bunch of people looking, right? Then the afternoon rolls around and all of a sudden you've got people coming in going to aisle 1, aisle 4, aisle 3 and now buying. 1, 4, 3 and they buy. Now I have questions. Is it the afternoon people that are different from the morning people that are more my customer? Is there something on aisle 4 that encourages them? Is there something on aisle 1 that discourages them and makes them question? Now think of that for your website. If they come into page 1 and 3 all morning long and they leave 1, 3, they don't do a darn thing, they leave. Afternoon, 1, 4, 3, page 1, page 4, page 3. What is it so that I can do more of it better, getting more of them to actually buy? And remember what I said, I say buy, but that's a success action on your site, a conversion action. It could be watching a video, downloading a PDF, or leaving their contact information. All right. What do you mean by connect Google Analytics to your website? Oh, Colleen, what you need to do is go to that website at the very bottom left-hand side, be logged into your free Google account. So you can have a free personal Gmail account or a free Google account. You don't have to have Gmail. Just get a free Google account, and you can even use your current email address to be the login and create a password for that. Once you're logged into there, go to g.co/analytics. So you're going to go, it's this way. You're going to go to the website listed at the bottom left-hand corner here. And what you're going to do is put that in, then you'll click sign in. It'll recognize your Google credentials, and now it will walk you through you how you can connect a property. Your property is your digital address. That's your website address, and that's your actual website. Connect the two together, and for free, it lets you know how people behave on your site. I love to watch it because, like, let's say I send out email marketing or a social post. I like to see if that's driving people to my site. Instead of me just guessing and feeling like it does by my gut, I actually like to look at those numbers. Okay. So you'll go to g.co/analytics. You can get that started today. It will walk you through. It's pretty intuitive. Again, Colleen, I have an entire session that I do on that I'm happy to come back. I've done that several times for our Google partners because people just like the walkthrough of what to look for, what reports to look at, especially depending on their goals, so that they don't have to just be overwhelmed with all the data in there. In there, you can see real-time reports, what's happening now. This helps you make your website work for you, because if it's not doing what it needs to do, if people aren't coming to your site, let's say they come to your site and you only have a 10% engagement rate. So we used to call bounce rate, when you had a bounce rate of 70%, 60%, that wasn't good, because it meant that there's a disconnect between what people see over here and what they're actually getting from the site. So it could be in the content or the page that they're going to the site, or it could be the audience that you targeted. This doesn't resonate with them, but there would be a lot of testing. Well, now with Google Analytics 4, bounce rate is there, but we really don't use that measurement. We utilize engagement rate. Why? Because we all have more than one device. I've got a desktop, I've got a laptop, I've got an iPad, I've got a mobile device, and I've got a smart TV. So it's not me bouncing from a site when I am in line to drop off the kiddos and I'm on my phone looking at something, and now I head over to the cafe and I use my laptop, so I've changed devices. I didn't bounce. I'm still looking at the same site. I'm just on a different device, so it's still the same me. So you can also look at the life cycle. What does it take to acquire them? What actual channels are working? Is it really TikTok like I thought it was? Engagement, what do they look at? What are they looking for? If you've got monetization, meaning e-commerce, what are they buying? What really matters to them? Okay. And then also retention. Are you keeping them? Are they coming back? Do they find value? Because it's much easier to take care of a great client and to really engage them in being loyal and sharing you with their contact sphere, and you actually having the halo effect of their third party validation. So the referral and their recommendation, that's a lot cheaper and easier than going for new customers. So if you understand the marketing funnel, it has 4 pieces. Awareness is the top. That's just people knowing that you're aware. Now there's consideration. What makes you the expert or trustworthy, or the site trustworthy? Then you're going to look at conversion. Are they going to do that success action? The last is loyalty. What can you do to keep your current customers loyal? Oh, how do you, okay, what is the class name? So what's the other class called? It is Make Better Business Decisions with Analytics, Robert. That's what it is. Can you give more information on when you will do another class? Ada, I don't know, but get with your Google partner, because I do know that if you go to my website, you can see all the different upcoming events, but I really don't know that. And if you'll get with the Google partner, so I dropped the link to my website events there, you'll see all the free webinar Wednesdays that I do, but get with a Google partner because they can request me to come in to do this, okay, at any time. All right, so then also user demographics. This again, getting to know that audience. That's the thing that we need to do. Our website also has to be search friendly. So this is a website on a laptop. You'll see that at the very top, you usually see photos. Those are Google shopping ads. That's a paid position to be there, right? The pictures with the stars, the recommendations. Then you'll see the first text ad. To get that first spot, again, that's a paid position. You're welcome, Ada. And then the search results underneath. Now understand, on a mobile, it's a little bit different. So you're going to see things hover over. You're going to have to scroll a little bit more. But if you are on a laptop or desktop or smart TV, look at this. You've got your Google business profile there, 100% free, making sure you get the visibility that you need and controlling your information on Google Search and Maps. So you have to have a fast loading website. That is very important. That's very critical now, especially with all the competition out there. Your content has to be useful, okay? If it's not useful to the people looking for it and the person looking for it, you are not going to show up. And the text links can also help you understand your customer better, because instead of you giving them long, long pages to just go like this, maybe they have to click on it. And now you can measure who clicked on it and separate that as a target audience. And that helps you really understand, well, they're really interested in this piece of information. So you can get a little bit more closer to understanding who your actual customer is and what they need on their decision journey or path to purchase. So this is what really helps you with that search friendly website. Your page titles and descriptions need to match the words that people are using. Understand Google's algorithm is built on 3 pillars, each having anywhere from 250 to 1,000 different factors in each of those pillars. But number one is relevance. How well do you match what the people are actually needing and looking for? If you are a pediatric orthodontic dentist and everything says, we've been, since 1992, we've been the best pediatric orthodontic dentist in Shawnee, Oklahoma, serving the public and the children and blah, 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 750 characters later, that's what you've put. But if somebody is searching or saying, hey, Google, hey, Alexa, who can help me straighten my 13-year-old's teeth? Those words aren't matching. So while in essence it may be the same thing, you are using industry speak and not the words of your customer. It's up to you to exactly know the words that they use. If you don't know, ask them. We're small businesses, we can be nimble and we can reach our customers. We don't have to have a committee to do that. Even better, read your reviews, because in their own words, they're sharing with you exactly what it is that mattered most to them. And if you don't have reviews yet, if you're just starting your business, you've just launched your website, go read your competitors' reviews, because in their words, they're letting you know what matters most to them, and also where there could be an opportunity for you, where there are gaps in what your actual competitors providing them that you could also provide. Information architecture, that's the column in the middle. It's got to be organized. People will leave a disorganized site, and it needs to be able to be seen on all browsers, because we use everything now. We use Chrome. We actually search through incognito Chrome. We use Brave, DuckDuckGo. There are so many. Safari, Mozilla Firefox. There are just so many that I couldn't even name them all. So how do you know whether or not the search engine has confidence in you? I shared with you Google Analytics tells you more about what your customers need and helps you understand their patterns and their actual decision journey. But here, Google Search Console, what does this do? Well, this lets you know exactly how the search engine sees you and does it feel confident in you. If it doesn't feel confident in you, it's not showing you several times or high in search at all. So it's important for us to know, is the search engine confident with us? Google is the #1 search engine, and it's only because it delivers the right information to people and it gets that right information from you. How do you give it to it? To Google through your Google business profile, and here through your Google Search Console. If you think of Google as not the World Wide Web, but the biggest library of the World Wide Web, the biggest library, have you entered your book, or did you just place it in there hoping that Googlebot will find you when somebody's searching? This is the door to the library. Look at that URL at the very bottom left, g.co/search console. This is the door to the library. I know as a small business, you don't have time for 90 days, potentially 90 days or more, for Googlebot to find you. So what happens then is Googlebot can't find you. Now you don't get visits, you don't get business, you don't move forward as quickly as you could. Why wait for Googlebot to find you? Hope is wonderful to have, to hope that it'll find you, but hope is a poor strategy. What you need to do is put your book in the library, put it in that catalog so Google can find it. And the way you physically can control and do that yourself 100% for free is through Google Search Console, right? Do I have to have a domain? You don't have to have a domain, okay? So if you don't want to have a website at all online, you can use your Google business profile and upload your products and services there. And that still shows up high in generative or AI search. So that's really good to do. Your Search Console can tell you what Google can see. It can let you know if there's issues. It'll also let you know the speed of your site. So it'll give you what's known as core web vitals that will let you know the things that could be slowing down your site and how to fix them. That's what I love about Google Search Console. And again, it's 100% free, right? I see a question above Peregrine, and I can't answer it because it is over a sentence long. So just to let you know that. Okay, but I do agree. I see that it is making quality content. It really is. Helpful user content, that update that came in October 2022, that's no joke. You have to provide helpful content. It's a good experience for your people who visit you, who want to do business with you, or who will recommend you. It's also great for the search engine. So how you get to Google Search Console is here. You'll put your website property in and you'll just walk through. Okay, you're going to walk it through just like you would when you're connecting Google Analytics. Now, what's next? A site has to be convenient, right? It needs to be responsive. That means it needs to be able to be seen on a mobile device. Remember what I said, 84% on a mobile device. So if I have to pinch and zoom or swipe side to side, you are not mobile responsive. And I don't care how much you pay for search engine optimization and how well you do in matching what people are saying. If you are not mobile responsive and your site is not secure, those are two requirements, then there is nothing in the world and no amount of money you can pay to get to the top of Google search, because you are penalized too much for not having a mobile responsive site or a actual secure site. So do you make payment easy? Do you give them recommendations? Okay, so I bought this bag, but what goes with it? So I bought this washer, what also goes with it? Because you could now upsell me and I could have more recommendations to really have a better experience with your product, service, or solution than I alone know, because you're the expert in your business. And do we also showcase our conveniences that we have? What makes us unique? Virtual consultations or fast free delivery. All right. So as we look at a responsive design, what we mean is it needs to be friendly and visible on mobile. Easy, easy, easy to watch on mobile. How do you know if your site's secure? Colleen, if you look at the very top of the website URL, so the website address, you'll see a lock there. If it's not locked, you're not secure. That usually is something free provided by your domain provider, or you could pay for it. There's both, but it's sometimes built in there and you may not know that it's already built in there, but it's important because if I'm going to put anything in, like my email address or anything at all, any personal identifying information, if I put any of that in there, then I'm going to want to know that it's secure and that's not just being broadcast everywhere, and being a privacy or an identity issue for me. Okay. Create fluid grids, images, use vector graphics. Look at bullet 3. Okay, so we're going to go into the graphic side really of a site. If you have a really huge image, so the biggest thing that slows down a website loading on a mobile device are image sizes. We do an image, let's say for a flyer or a print publication, and we need really high resolution, right? About, at least minimum 600 DPI, dots per inch, 600 DPI resolution. But online, we only need 96. So the biggest slowdown is if it takes 4 seconds for the theme of your website or a graphic to load. So I'm just looking at a blank screen with this little circle going around. I'm just going to click off of it and scroll to the next, because nobody has that kind of time, right? And they don't have that patience. We are very instant now. So you want to make sure that it is easy, it's accessible, it's easy to read and easy to navigate and to pay. If you're a e-commerce site, make it so easy to pay. I don't want to get up when I'm shopping at 2:20 in the morning laying in my bed, as most women do between the ages of 35 and 54, just so you know. That's a common thing with that demographic. And I don't want to get out and get into my wallet or anything. I would like to just push on something and know that my PayPal will come up and I can log into that, or I could utilize Amazon Pay. Something easy makes it easier for me to buy from you. And we want to make it easy for them to buy from us all day long, right? Especially as e-commerce sites. We can recommend other things, other products, or even other services. So you don't have to be an e-commerce site, but we can recommend those things that actually complement what we're actually getting. Is developing a website through Square considered secure? Yes. Yes, Squarespace. Most of your CMSs. So what a CMS is a content management system. That's Wix. That's Squarespace. Google Sites. All of those are all secure, right? Usually content management systems where you really can type it in and it's a drop and drag kind of experience. Those are already secure, right? That's just part of the basic that it's set up there with. So in your website, are you building convenience? Are you letting people know what makes you very unique and you have to offer them? Again, remember, we got to get out of our own head and be experts on our customers and understand their decision journey. So we need to know their decision journey and what they need and their path to purchase with us too. Again, I say purchase, but that's a success action. So also you can see if your site is mobile responsive. Now you need to be in a Google Chrome browser. Understand this only happens in Google Chrome. Once you're in Google Chrome, you're going to put your website address in there and you're going to right click, look at they're a little off the center drop down menu. Let me show you this to you live. If somebody wants to drop their website there, let me know. Just drop your website there and I'm going to show you a couple of things. Utilize the chat box for that. Okay, and I can only do one of those because of the time wise. All right, so let me go ahead into login cabin escape. Thank you very much, Nancy. So I'm going to go and I'm going to bring up, I have to bring up a live demo. So I'm going to have to bring up another screen. Hold on just a second while I do that. Log cabin. I'm sorry, I put login. You can tell I'm definitely somebody who spends time online. Log cabin escape. Hello, try that again. All right. Let me bring this up here. Hold on. I'm making it bigger because I'm broadcasting. All right. All right. Let's go to that. All right, so this is Nancy's site. Thank you, Nancy. All right, so if we want to do what we know as the inspect to see what it looks like on a mobile device, just right click anywhere on Nancy's site, right, or your site. You'll see the pop-up window or the pop-up box come in. You're going to click inspect. Now it becomes all this little gibberish here, but now you can see what it looks like on a mobile device. If you do not see this, then you may have to click to this little icon here. I can't make that bigger, but you see it right up here at the very top after the three dots. It's right here under the address bar, and you can make it and show what it looks like on different devices. So if I want to look and see what it looks like on let's say a Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus, I can scroll it and see what my website looks like. And this is important because if I have to pinch and zoom and do other things, that's a problem. Well, does it look the same if, let's say, I'm looking at the iPad Pro? See how it's a little bit different, but her site adjusted. That tells me your site, Nancy, is mobile responsive. This is cool. And I can also click on each of these because this acts like an actual site, an actual scrolling. So you can do this. This is 100% for free by Chrome, through Chrome. I can also do this though, Nancy. Let's do this. Let me get out of this. And I'm going to go to, again, you have to be in Google Chrome to do this. I'm going to remove the www and all this, and I'm going to do site and colon. All right, site colon log cabin escape. What this is telling me, you're seeing this real tiny, aren't you? Let's make this bigger. What this is telling me is how many pages does Google see of your site? So if I use, again, I have to be in a Google Chrome. I'm going to use site. I'm not going to put in HTTPS or the backslashes or any of the www. I just need the actual domain name and the .com, .net, .biz, .org, whatever you have there. I'm going to put that in, and this will show me exactly what's happening here on her site, how much Google can actually see. And if a page is missing, let's say you're putting blog posts every time out, Nancy, well, then if you're missing those pages, they're not showing up here, then you need to make sure you're using Google Search Console to index this and make sure that Google can see it because it's not seeing it. And maybe it's even seeing pages you don't want it to see, but it looks good here. Now you may want to look at your actual, naming structure so that it's consistent, but you can see what people are seeing here. You can do this with any website, right? You're just going to use Google Chrome to do that. Okay. All right, let's go back to the presentation on that. Thank you so much, Nancy, for letting me do that and play with your site a little bit. Got a little bit of visibility there, right? A great website has to be organized. So remember what I said about the disorganized website being the bane of that existence for some people as they're going out there and they don't want to look. So a lot of times this is what a traditional website has basically. So if you're using a content management system, a CMS, it's the main home page and then usually 3 or 4 pages built out. Our team, shop, and contact. But if you really know your customer, you might know that, hey, listen, they could be looking for gift cards and they don't want to play around. They got to look for gift cards. They want to get that done. They're already late for the birthday party. It's almost 12 o'clock, so they almost missed the birthday. They want to go straight to the gift card. So make it easy for them to find that. They don't have to search through all the products and service. They can go straight here and find the gift card. So make sure your information architecture, how you lay out things in your site, makes it easy for them to be able to buy or do business with you. Again, remember what I said, buy is the conversion action. all of the pages of your website, make sure that Google does see that, double check that in Google Chrome, assign each page a clear call to action. What is it that you want them to do? And really keep this at fifth grade language and very easy to find. Make it stand out with a button because we're all busy. All of us are inundated with about 12,600 messages on any given day. So it's easy for us to get distracted and then come back and not remember what we were going to do. Make it easy for them to come back to do that. Put visual elements of information that's helpful at the very top and make it easy for them to find things. I like to put a search bar in there because I want to know what people are searching. I could be featuring the hot sauce, but it could be that today it's really the salsa that's bringing in somebody. So, one of our customers might have done a reel and a TikTok on this great salsa we have. And now people are coming to my site and they're looking for the salsa and they can't find it. It's like on the 7th page. So now I can change that up and say, you know what? You're looking for amazing salsa, click here and you can go straight to that. So you can make it easy for them to get around. Again, that's called information architecture, how you lay out your site and how you make things absolutely easy for them to find. How many pages do we need to have? No, there's no magic number. There is not a magic number at all. And you could have hundreds and thousands of pages. The key here is, does Google see them all? Or does it only see 89 pages of an 1,000-page website or 500-page website? So do make sure you're using Google Search Console. Anytime you do a new blog post, let Google know, look, this is here. Again, I'm a fan of Googlebot. It's amazing, but I don't have the time to wait 90 days for it to maybe find it in that time, right? I want to make sure that it's out there and it's doing the heavy lifting and marketing for me when I'm ready for it. So one of the ways you can know whether or not your content is helpful is using Google Trends. This is a 100% free tool that you can use, and you can find out what are people talking about in the US right now? What are they talking about in your area in the last 4 hours? So I can look. I live in Midland, Odessa, Texas, base of the Panhandle. You may know us from Friday Night Lights or Jessica Fell in the Well, but either way, if I want to know in Midland what they're talking about in the last 4 hours, I can go to Google Trends. And why is this important to me? Because I might be struggling here on what do I need to do a YouTube short on, or what do I need to write a blog post on, or what do I need to post on social? Well, it takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money to get people to look over here when their eyeballs are here. So can I make it match? That's even better. We were working with a veterinarian in Corpus Christi. Everybody that day was searching for cheapest veterinarian in Corpus Christi. He was not the cheapest, but he decided to do a YouTube short, a TikTok, and all of his social posts, as well as a blog post about we're not the cheapest veterinarian in Corpus Christi, but we are the best because your four-legged family member is just that family. So you see how he's able to be relevant and show up on the radar of where the people's eyeballs are, but still talking about his uniqueness. So we utilize that, being able to see who just searched for this in the last 4 hours in Corpus Christi, Texas. Do you need a blog every day? That really depends on who you're serving. And it really does. Blog is an acronym, short for better listing on Google. So the more relevant content you have there, remember what I said about the 3 pillars. The 3 pillars of the search algorithm. Relevance is very important. So if that helps you be relevant and seen because people that you serve who are looking for your solution or your product are looking for that information, then yes, I would blog every day, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Again, what is realistic and doable for you to be able to still run your business and take care of customers, right? So let's see. Yes, Jessica in the well, right? Does Google offer a website builder? Yes, it does. It's Google Sites, Sites. It's 100% free, Eva, with any Google account. So a free Gmail account is good. Um, does it help if our site is on different formats? I mean, you can have your site. I wouldn't put like your site. You could put site links at different places, but I wouldn't have like a ton of different websites. I would want to drive to one website because again, you'll dilute your efforts if you're trying to send it everywhere. Now I say that if you're sending everything to one website, so let's say you're blogging somewhere else, guest blogging, and you're posting and you're highlighted on the Chamber of Commerce site, and now you have a Google business profile, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, Maria, I don't need a Google business profile, I have a website. And I'm like, no, you want Google tools that can confirm your information, talking to other Google tools like your YouTube channel, Google Analytics, Google Search Consoles. That's low level SEO, but high level return and visibility, is to be able to connect all those together because each of those pings the algorithm and each other, letting them know, you know what? This is a real business. This information is solid. I'm seeing it consistent. Let's show it up higher. So I would definitely love more horses in the race for visibility, but I would drive them all to one website because I don't want to dilute my efforts. So Google Trends can help you with keywords. It can help you look around and see. It can actually know what those words are that they're using, right? All of those. How do you search for a local city in Google Trends? Oh, sure. Let me show you that real quick. Let me bring that front and center. Hold on just a second because I got to bring up my see my live demo screen. Hold on, because it always comes in at 100%, which looks so tiny. All right, let me broadcast that. Here we go. All right, so let's say that I am going to look at log cabins. And now, so you see that come in, of course, that's the entire United States, just like you were saying, right? Kenya. So now you go here, and let's say I want to look at Texas, and I want to look at Houston, Texas, specifically. And I want to see, this is the past day, how many people are talking about Houston, Texas, and it looks like just in Houston itself. But so maybe I just want to know who's looking for vacation rentals. I want to get a little bit bigger because I have a log cabin, but I'm really targeting people who want vacation rentals, and maybe they're using B&Bs, Airbnbs, or maybe they're going to hotels. So I want to know who's talking about vacation rentals. So yep, in Houston and Sugarland, there is chatting happening, at least in the past day. They're talking about Verbo, which is what a lot of people who do have rentals use to manage that. I can see in the past hour. Past hour, again, it's more Houston. Yeah, not enough to give me even some exact terms, but let me go a little bit further out. Let's say I want to know, all right, Houston in the past 30 days. Great. So in the past 30 days, I can see it's these three areas. And let me see if I can go into Houston here. If I click on this, oh, nope, it's down here already. So I can't get all the details here for log cabin, but vacation rental looks pretty high. Okay, I'm going to go 90 days out because that's what you need to do. If you don't need enough searches, you go further out just to give you more time, more ability for people to search. Okay, good. 90 days. They're looking for log cabin restaurants, vacation rentals in Houston. There's a 40% increase in people looking for that. So even if I was doing ads, now I'd start deciding to utilize ads because people are just now knowing that this is looking for it. So Google auction is giving you the best price because it's not a known factor, known popular search term yet. So that's how you can use that. And you can even get as specific as, let's say I want to do a YouTube search. So I want to know, I'm about to do a YouTube short about my log cabin, and I want to know who would look at it. So maybe I need to target just Houston. Okay. All right, let's go back to the presentation. Is that helpful to you? Um, all right. Is what I mean is different. Okay, I'm going to have to look at this question, Ann, because I see it's in different pieces. Let's save that for the end, okay? Because I don't want to slow everybody down. I do want to be respectful of your time, and we've got about 6 minutes. So if you have a page that people they're looking for something and they can't find it, they're getting to a 404. What that means then is they're not finding what they're looking for. Make your 404 pages work for you. Make them work. Tell them, okay, maybe this is what you're looking for. Maybe you misspelled this. It could also let you know going, oh, well, oh, you're looking for this, but these are our most popular items. So make it work. And then also do have where you're tracking what people are searching. So you'll know, oh my gosh, they really are looking at log cabins today. I thought they were just looking at Airbnbs by the seaside, but now today it's log cabins and wooded forests that they're looking for. So I want to make sure that I make it easy for them to get around and find things. Lastly, we want to make sure our site is trustworthy. That security, see that little lock on that left side? We've got to showcase it up there for it to feel comfortable. And financial information, people need to know without a doubt that it's secure. If they use any of these tools already, that makes it easier for them not just to buy, but also gives them a comfort level and security because those are all secure different services. Reviews also help them. Do you have your reviews in your checkout? If you have a lot of people abandoning checkout, if you're e-commerce, that means they don't trust your credibility yet. And if you put reviews in that checkout page, that could help you out. Your ratings, are you showcasing your 5-star ratings? Understand, to do business and to be competitive as an e-commerce store, you have to have 100 I'm sorry, you have to have 120 5-star ratings in order for you to be competitive. If you're just a brand and you're doing that for branding, you need 65-star ratings to even compete on the national stage. So are you working towards that? Maybe that's your first goal and where you're going to apply what you've learned here. Okay, deep breath, everybody. We've gone through a lot. So let's recap. You need to have a goal-oriented site. That's step number one. You cannot miss this. You miss this foundation, you're going to spend a lot of time, energy, and money doing things that may not get you right where you need to go and could put your business under. It needs to be search friendly. So it needs to resonate with your target audience. They need to know you get them, and it needs to be words and content that matter to them. Search friendly so the search engine can find you and show you up there and search faster. Convenient because if it's hard to get around, if I have to figure out your site, there are lots of other competitors who will easily take my money and I can just save myself time. Is it organized? Again, easy to get around and find. And can I trust it? These are very critical and important. All right. You've got your Google partners here. Again, I'm showing this if you want to screenshot this. And one last time, if you came in later, I'm going to drop this in here so you have a copy of the slides. Grab it now because I'm about to take that down at the end of this, and then you'll have to wait till the email this afternoon to get that, as well as the replay, because I am recording this. So these are your actual Google partners who can have me come back and talk about make better business decisions with analytics, get your business online with Google Business Profile or Google Search Console. I'm happy to do any of those. I love doing these because I love hearing how people apply what they learn. And that's what's really important. There's a myth out there that knowledge is powerful, and it is not. There's a lot of people who know a lot of trivia and information, couldn't make a dime for themselves. But applying what you learned, that's what makes knowledge powerful. So this is key. What are you going to apply next? Because you just spent 60 minutes with me. Now, if you want to ask me directly questions, I do have a paid membership where you could do that. This is where people want to go when they want me to walk through, all right, Maria, how do I make sure that Google Analytics is tracking whether or not people came from Facebook or whether or not they came from TikTok? So I know where I'm spending my most time, because I know that time is still more valuable than money. So you could want to ask me questions. You might want me to do walkthroughs. I'm a big fan of free first, though. So understand your Google partners are free. They're free. So go to them first. Plus, they're local. They know local people. And I'm a big fan of local business. If you have no other place to go, then consider the membership to ask me questions there, because I will help you and be there for you as a resource. Now, it is a group on one, meaning that I'll put a video out there. Let's say you want me to walk through and audit your Google Business Profile. I'll do that, but I'll put it out to the group because everybody can learn from it. And there's a lot of people who may not feel comfortable asking questions. If you want to find me, use this bit.ly link. That's all my socials. Pick the one that you use. I'll connect with you there. Or you can go to my website. And again, the most popular ones I like to use a lot are Twitter or X and Instagram. Get found, got growth. All right. And I'm going to model for you that best behavior that I talk about, because you want those 65-star reviews or 120 of them. Well, I'm going to ask you for a review. When you've given good service, good information, or been helpful, ask for a review. That's the best time to do that. And you are not obligated, but I would be so honored if you did, because I love when I know whether or not I've made a difference in the success and journey of your small business. All right, now it's time for Q&A. So this is when I stop the recording.